Hi, everybody. It's Tim from Clown World News. I just, I haven't made a video in a while, so I make them every once in a while. So if you're watching and you happen to like what I'm saying here or what I'm getting ready to say or whatever the tense may be, if you could give me a like, a comment, a share, and maybe even subscribe to my channel because I'm going to try to do more videos more frequently. But what I want to talk about is I wanted to talk about the hypocrisy on the left and the fact that, like, for example, I know it's probably been, killed and beat out in the road. And, it's like everybody's already hit this topic. But like Chelsea Handler, for example, she's a liberal so-called comedian. And she's going to tell 50 Cent, who's not really like a Trump supporter. I just don't think he wants to pay all them taxes. She's going to tell him he can't vote for Donald Trump because he's black. Now, why is that okay? I mean, are there black people are grown and they're people too. They have their own mind. They're not a monolith, I mean, people can't say, "Oh, well, you're black, so you got to do this." I mean, like they try to put all us white people into the racism category and say that, we're all evil white racists and stuff like that. But look what they do. Look what liberals do to, black and other people who are not white. They try to tell them how they are and, who they are and what to feel, what to think and stuff like that. Sorry about that. I just got out of the gym a minute ago. But how is it okay for them to tell, everybody, not just black people, but all of us, what we are and how we should vote? Does anybody else see a problem with that? I mean, I just feel like it's a huge problem, and every time you turn around, it's some more crap coming from them telling you about, denigrating you or saying you can't do this because of that or all this other crap matters. And if you're going to go and vote for Joe Biden or whatever, you're going to vote for a Democrat. I mean, that's your prerogative. You can do what you feel. But I would like you to think that maybe, just maybe, they're not the right party for this country because it's not about what the government can do for us or what box we're getting put in by what liberal media or whatever outlet. They continue to tell us that we're supposed to be, like I'm a white male and I'm supposed to be misogynistic and I'm a racist apparently. And I'm any number of things that they would describe me as. But they never want to describe you as an American. You know what I mean? They never want to describe you as like another person who is a taxpayer who wants to do their best for their family. They all want to put us all in this little box to keep us divided because they know if we inform each other and we continue to talk to one another, that, they probably won't get any more power because they don't deserve any power because they're trying to sell us down the street to globalist governments. And speaking of globalist governments, I'm sure you guys have seen the developments with Hunter Biden and Joe and, Joe's his father. So, and the things they've been up to or he's been up to and the different kinds of scary things that are on that laptop or on that hard drive. It's not just emails. I mean, that's terrible stuff too, like, oh, well, we're going to pay you because the big guy or something will get 10% of the cut. Sorry. What's he talking about? And why is the rest of the world worried about our government so much? And the answer to that question is because they've been sold. Think about our country like a company, and they've been sold stock in the company. So they want to know what happens. That's why they're worried about our government globally. It's not because, oh, well, we dictate all this policy or we do whatever. It's because they want to do what they can to sell you out, take away your freedom, and it's just not great. And the thing is, we can't continue to allow this party to just be in our country. On November 3rd, we need to go and we need to vote him out of office completely. And later today, there's a vote for ACB to be a Supreme Court justice, and they're trying to block that. This is the party of communism. This is the party of feelings, like feelings are currency to Democrats, and it's just not right. What what we've been subjected to because of the way that most of us in the country voted in 2016 is completely uncalled for. We should not allow it as a country any longer. And I know that like it sounds great, oh well, I'm worried about helping my fellow man. And it's like, if you're worried about helping your fellow man, you know what you do for them? You teach them about how to make a thing or be productive. Or you don't just tell them, oh well, if you vote for me, I'll give you some housing or free health care. I mean, that's bribery. Things don't need to be free, because it's just fair to pay. Everyone else pays. Like, we all pay. Like, every week I get all this tax taken out of my check. And, a lot of people complain about that. I'm happy about that. That's good, because somebody has to help keep this thing going. And we just got all these people who are just going to lay around and not do anything, but yet they're going to go vote for a Democrat. And these people are wrecking our society with their identity politics and their lies, and they're selling us out. How are they all multi-millionaires? And that's on both sides. Like, why are these people so rich when you don't make all that kind of money working for the government? I mean, sure, you can get kickbacks or whatever, but we're talking about these people being, $40 million and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, all they're doing is selling policy, and companies are paying them to dictate policy. So it's not right. But when you look at the Democrat Party, what we see nowadays is a bunch of communists who are trying to coalesce other commies to go vote for them. And if we don't vote for them, they say they're going to burn our cities down and all this stuff. They're already doing it. So, I guess like at the end of the day, it's just going to have to be Trump 2020, because it needs to be no more communist ever. This is not a communist country. If you want to be eaten out of dumpsters, go vote for Joe Biden. I mean, if that's your thing, that you're a dumpster diver, then go vote for that potato-brained traitor. And that's what the guy is. He's a fucking traitor, and they all need to be held accountable for treason. I mean, they really do, because if we did half the stuff that these idiots do all the time, we would be in prison. And, I'm not being facetious or, exaggeratory. Is that a word? But it's just not right. The Democrat Party, again, they're communist. They have no real policy. Like, look at Kamala Harris, or Kamala, or whatever, Kamala, or Heels Up Harris, whatever you want to call her. You look at her, and anytime she's grilled, like in that debate a couple weeks ago, she just breaks out in this cackle. Like, ha, 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 ha. And I'm always wondering, what is so fucking funny right now? What are you laughing about? There's nothing that funny. Communism is not funny. Socialism is not funny. Being an inept government official is not funny. You're wasting tax dollars. And Joe Biden, well, I mean, his son is, allegedly a pedophile, right? I mean, those pictures are on that hard drive, I believe. I know that they take kickbacks from foreign countries and let foreign governments into our government. And why are people voting for people who do this? You're voting against your own self-interest. And speaking of self-interest, I thought it was funny that Chelsea Handler, who's supposed to be a comedian, but I mean, last time I checked, you have to be funny to be a comedian. But anyway, I guess they just throw terms around loosely. I mean, dudes are women and women are dudes now. So you can be whatever you want. Like, if you say you're the Pope, I guess you're a Pope, because, I mean, he's a sodomite as well. But they turn around and, they have no answer for you. So all I'm going to say is, to end the video, Trump 2020.